Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Warcry short report. You might think you're having a deja vu because you've already seen Idoneth versus Corvus Cabal, and that is kinda true. Um, I posted a match between Corvus Cabal and Idoneth Deepkin a while ago, I don't know, a couple of months maybe, or a couple of weeks, who knows. Anyways, that same guy I played against then came back to me and asked me to have a rematch because he didn't fare perfectly well last time, so he thought he'd try a different list against my Corvus Cabal. So, of course, I'm happy to do that. So, let's see how this one went. So for our lists, I'm running basically the same again because I only have one box of Corvus Cabal and there's not much to be changed there. So we have in our dagger, we have one Spire Stalker, one Kabbalist with Spear, and one Kabbalist with the Raven Dart. Sorry, that's the Familiar, not the Raven Dart. It's Familiar. And then in our shield we have the Shrike Talon, then our leader, and two Kabbalists with Spear actually. And then in the hammer we have one Spy Stalker and one Kabbalist with normal hand weapons. For my opponent, he thought that he'd go heavy on the shooting and flying guys this time. So he's running in his dagger a Reaver and a sorry, what is it? A Slaying Guard, I think. Yes. In his hammer, he's also got a Slaying Guard and a Reaver. And in his shield, he got a Slain Prince, a Reaver, and a Thrall. So for the cards we drew, this is our setup again. I know those are German, so you can't really tell, but you can see our setup is Onslaught there. So everyone starts on the board, which is quite crazy, especially for warbands that move this fast and have potential of dealing some range damage as well and so on. Our victory condition was the Comet, so basically on turn 2 you drop one victory marker in the center of one of the four quarters of the map or in the center, and whoever controls it at the end of the third battle round wins. And for our twist, we had Winds of Change, I think it might be anyway, so people roll 7 dice for initiative instead of 6. We did, by the way, do the draw 3 cards for the twist and then each player discarded 1, just to make it a little more balanced there. So, what was our setup? Well, this is what the board looked like, and this is what the board looked like with people on it. So you can see the Corvus, so my guys took the red deployment. We have our hammer up here, our dagger in the center with one guy on top there because I figured he would then be able to move more freely, and our shield down here with the Shrike Talon again on up top. That was the only space that I could reach from there within 3 inches, so all my other guys are in the bottom. But I wanted the Shrike Talon to be on the top because of his triple ability. Then we got my opponent. He set up his hammer like so, with his archer in the back there. His dagger, the arch of the dagger is on the top of the platform there. It doesn't really matter where he sets up his eels actually, because they can't fly anyways. This is a completely closed wall, I should probably mention, so no going behind that, over that, but well, obviously if you can fly you can go over. And then we have, for his shield, we have his leader over there, another archer on top of the platform there, and then a thrall down here. You can't really see him at the moment. Anyways, so we rolled for initiative. Black are my dice, green are his. And yeah, it came out that I was definitely winning initiative. So I made it triple, because a triple is always great for Corvus. They have some very good triples. And my opponent also decided to make a triple in case he wanted to use Biovoltaic Barrier. So, what happened in turn 1 then? Well, obviously there was no objective, so what we had to do was position our people. So I moved up a lot of my guys towards the center of the board to be able to react to where the objective would drop. I also tried to place them like in behind cover so they wouldn't be shot as much by the archers. However, we did have some very serious damage caused. First off, one of my Kabbalists was killed right away by these two archers shooting at him in succession, and they totally were able to take him down. I also moved this Kabbalist down here and threw a Raven Dart for my double, and I actually rolled a 6, dealing 5 damage to that eel, which was pretty massive. He then took some fire in return, took 4 damage, so down to half health already there. That's when things really started to get crazy, because I had moved my leader up 10 inches to over here because I thought, well, I want him to... He can't ignore my leader, and I felt like he might survive and, well, be a threat next turn, and also I still had my Shrike Talon up here, so I was pretty sure that I could like come down here and assist in case I needed to. Anyway, so he moved up here, used his squad for Rampage, attacked my leader 3 times and got 14 damage in, which wasn't the best amount of damage, to be honest. That could have been better or worse in my case, for me really, anyways. But still 14 damage, that guy only has 20, so I was already getting close to death with him. So I figured what I really didn't want to happen was this eel come in and kill my leader. Therefore, I used a normal move with my Shrike Talon, then used his triple to jump down there. Didn't take any damage doing that. Got a free attack action, and my last action is another attack. And we pushed through 16 damage on the eel, putting him to 21 wounds taken, so almost in the range of being dead already. So that, well, he then attacked me back and did 6 damage. So first turn already a crazy amount of stuff happening. We almost lost our leader. We almost killed one eel. Also, this guy down here, you can't see him, but one of my Kabbalists was hiding down there. He took 6 damage, so he's almost dead. We lost one already, he's almost dead. So at this point I didn't feel super confident about this. I felt like I was probably gonna get smashed rather soon. So let's see what happens. Yes, so the comet landed, and it landed right in this corner, in the right corner, underneath my opponent's thrall there. So this was already not the greatest for me, because he had this eel nearby, a couple of models really, so yeah, not the greatest for me. What I did last turn though, I should also mention, is I moved this Spire Stalker up to the archer. Obviously I couldn't attack because I had to spend 2 moves to get there, but I did that so I could next turn then threaten these archers. So we rolled for initiative again. This time he clearly won initiative on 3 dice and spent his wild dice to secure it, because I had 2 single dice, so I could have potentially taken it away from him. He also had a quad. I made myself a quad too, because I figured I really wanted to have triples, and I think triples could have been good here, but I would have needed my leader to be alive to make the most out of my triples, and my leader was only on 6 health and he was getting initiative. So there was, in my opinion, very little chance that my leader would survive the first turn. So, what happened round 2? We had a ridiculous amount of dead people, and I got very lucky. So let me guide you through it. This is still as it started really. This is the beginning of turn 2. So, first off, this guy activated this eel here. Of course he did. That's what I was expecting, and he was trying to kill my leader, but only did 2 damage to him. Sorry, 4 damage, yeah. So anyways, he couldn't quite kill my leader. I was still left on 2 health. So I then decided to activate my leader straight away because he wouldn't get another action. used the double for onslaught, and with 10 attacks I did enough damage to kill this eel outright. So 25 damage, I think it was 26 damage coming through there, and immediately taking down this eel. That was amazing rolling, and very lucky for me to have survived there. He then decided to not get his another eel killed for him so easily, so he pulled back here, used Rampage to move up there. So he moved up here, I think. Anyways, killed my one Kabbalist on his free attack, and then moved to over here to secure the objective further. So I couldn't just like run up here and take it. I then activated my Spy Stalker up here, killing his archer. That's all he did though. He then, oh, that should have been a green arrow. Anyways, he then killed my Kabbalist down there. He only had 2 wounds left, so that wasn't a surprise, and moved his leader up onto the platform. I don't know what I did. I probably moved someone up. Anyways, he took a shot at my leader and killed him finally. But both of these archers actually had to shoot at my leader because they just couldn't quite do it. And so this one completely whiffed, and then this one managed to take him down and put another wound on my Kabbalist over there. So that was that. I then moved up my Spy Stalker and killed this very eel that was coming to block my path. And yeah, he came in with his roll there, did a couple of wounds, not very significant. What's more significant is I then used my quad for Rampage on the Shrike Talon, moved over here, killed his thrall, moved up to the building here, so onto the bridge here basically, and also killed the archer. So in 4 actions I killed 2 fighters, which was amazing. And this is what the board looked like afterwards. So after all those moves I just described, my opponent only had 2 fighters left. Only his leader, he was undamaged for sure, and his archer down here, and I had a lot of models left. I had a Spy Stalker, my Shrike Talon, he had taken 6 damage I think at this point. Yeah, the 2 colored ballasts and another Spy Stalker over here who had also only taken 6 damage. With the objective being over here, it was very clear that I was going to win this game at this point, so we called it there, because even if his leader would have perfect rolled there and killed my Shrike Talon or something, I could have still gotten 3 models over there for his only 2. Sorry, only 1 actually. He could only move this 1 model over there. So even if his leader had killed both of these guys up top here, I would have still won by default, so there was no point continuing the game. Anyways, guys, this was a hell of a messy game. I don't normally recommend starting with everyone on the board right away. That makes for long first turns. But it was crazy. That was a crazy amount of action. I don't think I've ever seen this many deaths. This game really goes to show that even when the opponent is doing very well on turn 1 and you're getting kind of taken apart, just having some good lucky rolls can still turn the game around completely. Like my leader surviving there and then retaliating with a crazy attack to kill an eel outright. That was so massive, that had such a big impact on the entire game. There's no coming back from that for my opponent. And yeah, all my rolls were amazing this game. And I think that really shows, and that's how it goes. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say to you today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Take care and see you in the next one.